Hello, welcome to Optivita.live. I am Noelle Dayton, certified holistic health coach, and I want to give you a quick introduction about me, my background, and why I do what I do, and how I'm going to be able to help you. I am a certified holistic health coach with over 20 years experience, specifically in nutritional healing, detoxification, mindset, education, coaching, and a lot of other realms having to do with health and wellness. I initially got interested in natural healing and holistic healing many years ago because I started suffering from extreme asthma and allergies at the age of 7 when I had my very first asthma attack. And unlike a lot of people where your allergies and asthma will get better as you get older, my situation actually got worse as I got older. And I found myself in my teen years living on inhalers, steroids, and antibiotics on a rotational basis. And I found I was always getting sick. People around me seemed to be fine, and I was the one who was always catching a cold. And every time I got a cold, it would turn into a hacking cough like bronchitis, and it would take months for it to go away. I wouldn't go anywhere without my inhalers, and I just felt really unhealthy. And if you saw me on the outside, I looked normal. I wasn't overweight, but I was just constantly feeling terrible. In fact, I was living half a life because I started developing really extreme anxiety because of my asthma. And sometimes my asthma would get so bad that I would have to go to the hospital and they'd have to give me steroids, and that would be the only thing that could really help me, or I'd have to have emergency treatments. And when I did have an allergy attack, my allergy attacks were like most people's really bad colds, where I would be bedridden for days, where my nose would not stop running for days upon days, literally. And I just knew something was wrong. So I was always kind of seeking out help. I would go to doctors. They would always tell me the same thing, that it was genetic, that they don't really know why certain people have allergies, and to try to just avoid the triggers. And for me, I had so many triggers. They were dogs, they were cats, they were weather changes, and it just seemed like the triggers would increase as I got older. There was a big change in my life around the age of 23 when I moved permanently to Florida, where I had been going my whole life. My dad had always lived in Florida, and I was growing up in California. So when I permanently moved to Florida, I noticed a change for the better. My symptoms seemed to improve, yet I still did have flare-ups and episodes where I'd have extreme asthma and allergies almost for no reason. Fast forward to my late 20s when I got pregnant with my first child, my daughter, and I really became much more aware of how I was feeling. I had a really easy, amazing pregnancy with my daughter. But shortly after she was born, I just became extremely aware that I need to get as healthy as possible for her. And I really needed to prioritize how I was feeling. So I started studying nutrition. I started studying a lot of other things having to do with keeping her healthy, fed her all organic foods, etc. And I just became much more cognizant of my own health. As I started doing that, I started feeling better. And about 5 years later, I gave birth to my second child, my son. And I also had another really amazing, easy pregnancy. I was very lucky. And he was born very healthy, but shortly after he was born, the doctors suspected he may have Down syndrome. And I actually knew right away he did, but the hospitals and doctors couldn't really confirm this for actually another 2 months. My son, luckily, was healthy and thriving and very, very typical in all respects. And we were very lucky with him as well. Yet that was another impetus for me to really push my health forward. I wanted to make sure he could be as healthy and vital and have all the advantages he could have. And I knew that would have a lot to do with his health and how well we took care of him and what he was able to be exposed to, etc. So I got even more into studying nutrition, nutritional healing, detoxification, kids with special needs, etc. And it just took me down this whole long journey of reaching out to doctors and scientists and really studying how the brain works, how the nervous system works, how our neurological system works. And I just became fascinated with him being the strongest, healthiest version of himself, me being the strongest, healthiest version of myself, my daughter, and my then husband. And I really just wanted to get really healthy because my asthma and allergies would still flare up every so often. And it wasn't until I really started studying from some of the masters in nutritional healing, taking some courses, and eventually getting certified through many programs on holistic healing and nutritional healing and detoxification detoxification, that I understood that every single thing I was or wasn't eating or putting in my body or not putting in my body was actually causing all my symptoms. And as I started to eliminate certain things and add in other things and really start to experiment with what did my body actually need, I started eliminating all my symptoms. And finally, I was able to completely eliminate all asthma, all allergies, and all anxiety once and for all. I was able to finally get rid of all medications. And I'm really happy to say it's been over 20 years that I haven't had to use any inhalers, any antibiotics, any steroids, or any medication of any type, not even an aspirin, in over 20 years. And this is how my children were now raised. My son is a healthy, almost 20-year-old. My daughter is 25 and thriving. And neither one of them have ever had antibiotics or medications because they haven't needed them. They've just been really healthy kids. And this is down to how we raise them and the nutrition in the home and all these other things that I'm going to teach you. So this is what really brought me down this path. I had a previous career as a jewelry designer for many years and many stores and a lot of success doing that. But when I started really needing to heal myself and my family, I switched careers totally and decided to devote 100% of my time to educating not just myself, but anybody else that was interested. So I developed vlogs, I developed websites, I started connecting with parents all over the world who had children with special needs. I started connecting with other people who had autoimmune issues like I did, who were suffering from all these chronic symptoms like I was, and even different symptoms. And I realized that really all very similar roads lead to health, and that you don't need to do 500 different things to heal, and that very simple things are actually the most effective thing. So I was able to start really helping people all around the world, online and in person, understand the power of their body's ability to heal. And that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the very simple, same effective methods that I use to heal and that you're going to use to heal. And it's not complicated. And honestly, it doesn't even have to take a long time. If I had known then what I know now, I would have been able to heal within months instead of over a year's period of time. And that's going to be the same for you. Now, I do believe slow and steady wins the race when it comes to healing, when it comes to developing new habits. It really is a slow and steady process. Consistency and persistence wins every single time. We need to really retrain our brain to accept new habits as normal, and that does take time. If you've ever developed a new habit, you know it can take a while. And if you've ever tried to let go of a bad habit or an old habit, you know that can also take a while. So what we're going to do is learn how to replace old habits with new habits and do it slowly and steadily over time. And these are things I'm going to show you. And we're going to do all this in OptiVita. So no matter what health issues you're facing right now, whether it's hormonal imbalances, which is really the root of many people's problems, because that's why you're overweight, that's why you're having autoimmune issues, that's why you're having all these chronic symptoms, or it's different issues like high blood pressure, high blood sugar, low blood sugar, chronic headaches, digestive issues, IBS, Crohn's disease, colitis. I could go on and on and on with the names of the problems, including asthma and allergies like what I dealt with, or anxiety, or mental health issues. They're really all connected within the body. I know it seems like we have 50 different problems, so we generally usually have one or two very simple problems that need to be addressed. And once we start addressing those problems, everything else starts to fall into place. And really, it's fascinating how quickly you can heal. I've seen people recover from extreme severe symptoms that they've had their whole entire life in a matter of months. And I'm not exaggerating. And I've also seen people that have been given very grave, serious diagnosis also be able to heal in a matter of months. So wherever you are right now with your own health issues or with your own symptoms, or no matter how bad you may be feeling, or you may feel stuck, or you may feel discouraged, or you may feel like you're never going to be able to get rid of extra weight or make any long-lasting changes, I'm just here to tell you that yes, you can, and yes, you will, if you want it bad enough. If you believe healing is possible for yourself, because really you need to believe it's possible. And if you're able to start visualizing your future healthy self, because that's really important in the healing process, just being able to visualize the future self, already being healthy, already living in the body, feeling the way you want to feel. And once you start visualizing that and accepting that as normal, and that's going to be you no matter what, that it's a given you're going to be healthy, a given you're going to feel great, it's a given you're going to look how you want to look and have the energy and focus and stamina and strength that you really want to have deep down. Now, if you believe that's possible, that will be your future. I promise you, because the mind is so powerful at creating the body we want. First, the mind has to believe it and conceive it and before it can receive it. And I'm sure you've heard that before, but that's really true. And then the body will follow. And once you start accepting your new health and your new healthy life as normal in your mind before you even experience it, what's going to happen is it'll start happening more easily in your reality. So I'm really excited to have you in the program. I'm really excited for you to begin feeling better, eliminating all these symptoms that you don't need to have, that have very simple causes. And I'm going to make sure you get the guidance and support that you need. The most important part of this program, though, is staying involved, logging into the community page. This is where we're all going to get to know each other. We're going to interact there. We're going to really support each other. People can ask questions. You can celebrate your wins. You can even express your frustrations, and you can support one another. In the community, this is where you're going to see all the live event calls, posts. You're going to see any of the challenges that we start to do. There's a lot of power in witnessing other people healing who have the same issues as you, because it gives you hope, it gives you encouragement, and it shows you that it's possible. And that's really important. And that's what I love about group programs. First of all, I love offering group programs. This program for Legacy is very near and dear to my heart because I love the work Legacy does to help people. And Legacy itself is helping people heal and helping people recover. And that's why this is even more important for you to feel good while working at Legacy and just also within your own life. And as you feel better and get better, you're going to pass this on to your children if you have them. You're going to show your spouse if you have one, or partner. And it will spill over into your own family, your own friends, because people learn by watching. And when they see you getting better and making these changes, it will inspire other people. I always say I'm never just helping one person at a time, because every time one person gets better and feels empowered around their health and knows what's possible and starts going, wow, I really can be healthy. Wow, I really can be in control of my own health. And every time that happens for one person, it actually spills over into at least 10 other people within their life. And it's like a big snowball effect. So just know you're not just healing you when you heal, you're actually healing other people in your life as well through osmosis and through them watching you. So welcome to OptiVita.live. I'm really excited to have you. And please be in communication, reach out with any questions. And I'm always available through email or chat. Have an amazing day.